Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare came out all the way back in 2014. Now, I am familiar with the concept of Plants vs. Zombies. I've seen gameplay back in the day. I think it was just people running around kind of defending, like wave survival as a Plants versus the Zombies. But this game, I'm not sure if it's the first one in the franchise or not, introduced PvP. And I've never played a Plants vs. Zombies game before, but because of your recommendations in the comments, I've decided to return to Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare on the PS3 here in 2023 and see how it was doing online. So I checked out the PvP and kind of the main survival mode. So first up, let's get into the PvP, because honestly, it was a lot of fun. This is my first time playing it, of course, and I'm surprised with how good it was, how clean it was, how fun it was, and I will happily return to this game and continue playing it, because it was certainly a unique experience and just good overall arcadey fun. They have cool, wacky maps, lots of unique characters, and a variety of game modes as well. So I initially hopped into the Welcome Mat playlist, which is kind of like, it's meant for new players, but also experienced players and higher level players can hop into it as well, but it limits you to kind of the base default characters to choose from in the match, so you can't actually use your overpowered or crazy cool unlocks. So when I was playing in this playlist, I found matches like a lot. I could back out and find another match, back out and find another match, and they were pretty much nearly full. And the time of day I was actually playing was at 9 p.m. Pacific time on a Sunday. And if regions matter, I'm not sure if they do, but I am in the West Coast US region, so it could possibly be affecting what matches I get, just as a heads up. The matches were pretty lively, the players were all relatively balanced on either team. I didn't feel like I was being stomped on or stomping on them, but I did often do pretty decent in the Welcome Mat playlist, or just average. But even with that, it could just be because of my first experience playing it, but I really enjoyed my time playing it. I did actually go and check out the other game modes, because they have a bunch of other game modes, which, with less restrictions of course, so everyone could just use what they've unlocked and all that good stuff. I was able to find matches in other game modes as well, which I kind of found surprising. I figured, most of the player count would be in one playlist, but there was actually matches in multiple playlists, so that was pretty cool to see, and especially late at night on a Sunday, which of course is leading into the weekday, so I figured there wouldn't be too many people on, because people gotta get up for school and work, right? But even with that player count, I was playing matches just fine. Now there are some playlists I could not find matches for after I searched for a few minutes, but if you stick to the first few game modes or so in the playlist options, you should be able to find matches just fine. I will mention when I did hop into the other matches in the other playlists, I think I only played about 2 of them, but I did not do so well because most of the players there are very high levels with lots of crazy cool characters and very experienced. And of course, I'm just checking into the game for the first time and have very little playtime and experience overall. But that's my experience pretty much on the PvP. You play the Welcome Mat playlist until you unlock some cool stuff and you're feeling confident enough to go into the other playlists and play with the big dogs. But after checking out the PvP, I did hop into the Garden Ops, which I think is intended to be sort of the main mode, which is your tower defense survival. And it's pretty cool, and it's similar to what I've seen in the past of Plants vs. Zombies before. You get to choose your plant and run around and try to defend towers from zombies, and the waves get increasingly harder. And at least in the match I was playing in, because I hopped into a random co-op match, and I found one pretty much immediately. I did do the search on any map and any difficulty, and I found a lobby pretty much instantly, and it was 4 players. I'm not sure if you can have more than that. But we played a few rounds defending what we had to defend. It's pretty cool, you can go place towers and stuff. It's pretty interesting how the game works. Having to deal with a variety of zombie types, progressively getting more difficult, and then finally, at the very end, once we survive all the 10 waves, we went and actually exfilled, which is pretty cool. Overall, I had a pretty fun time on Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare on the PS3 in the modern day. And it's very playable, of course, if you guys couldn't tell by my description so far. Besides the fact that some of the game modes you probably won't be able to find matches for, if you're just playing the first few game modes, or even the Garden Ops, you'd probably hardly even be able to tell that this game came out almost a decade ago. So I think that's pretty cool to see, and I'm genuinely surprised with how alive the game is on the PS3 this far in. So if you guys out there play Garden Warfare, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, maybe if you want to gather some friends up to play it together sometimes, drop your PSN in the comments down below as well. But yeah, guys, verdict overall, Garden Warfare, very healthy, very playable, and still a lot of fun on the PS3, even in 2023. Be sure to smash that like button. If you guys want to see some more PS3 games and how they're doing online in the modern day, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any other games you specifically want us to check out, drop them in the comments down below. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.